pounds, in fact, to be precise. The field headed by the favourite, 15 to 8, number 1, Avro Anson, the Mountain Mark Dwyer. 2, Triple Witching, Adrian Maguire at 4 to 1. 3 is Ambuscade, Carl Llewellyn, one of the long shots, 25 to 1. 4, Cab on Target. 9 to 2, pretty good value on his past form, Peter Nevin. And then 5, Halkopous, Richard Dunwoody, the second favourite, 11 to 4. Newton Point, the only one who's been out already this term, but he's the complete outsider, 33 to 1 for Chris Maud. And finally, the mare, the only mare in the field, Deb's Ball, winner of this race last year. She's a 12 to 1 shot this time, and partnered by Jimmy Moffat.
Though Newton Point's going to take him along, a long way to go is Rawley.
Yes, a long way indeed, 3 miles and a furlong, and that embraces 12 flights of hurdles. And it's Newton Point making the early running by about a length and a half from the favourite Avro Anson. After these two, some way back in third place on the outside with the red and white cap, that's Deb's Ball. And they're still some 200 yards off the first flight, the first of 3 in the back straight. Newton Point and Avro Anson, 1 and 2. Moving now into third spot is Triple Witching, just in front of Deb's Ball. And so they approach the first flight of hurdles with Newton Point for trainer John George under Chris Maud, jumping the first in front, but Avro Anson rather more fluent and has gained ground and is now virtually level. Some way back then, Triple Witching showing in 3 and 4 is Deb's Ball, 5 Halkopous, 6 and 7 are Ambuscade, and finally Cab on Target. On to the second now, and Avro Anson really put in a spectacular leap there to take at least 3 lengths out of Newton Point. And this pair is still racing about 8 to 10 lengths up on Triple Witching, and then Deb's Ball in 4 on the outside of Halkopous. Ambuscade is last but 1. Newton Point, they're back in the lead narrowly, but again outjumped by Avro Anson. Avro Anson fit from the flat. We just had the one run on the flat. A bit disappointing though, he was well beaten in the Cesarewitch. But it's Newton Point on the inside of Avro Anson, allowed to go on again as Avro Anson is steadied once more by Mark Dwyer. And now they begin this very long run away from the back straight. Newton Point by just over a length from Avro Anson getting a nice lead, and then looking back to the 1 in third, which is still Triple Witching in 4, Deb's Ball 5 and 6 on the inside Halkopous, and on the outer Ambuscade, and the back marker as he's been throughout is Cab on Target. So they come round into the home straight for this the first time and make their way on towards what will be the third last after another complete circuit. This time round it's number 4, Newton Point, over against the rails from the nose-banded Avro Anson. Newton Point by a good 2 lengths as they near this flight from Avro Anson, and then Triple Witching retaining third place in front of Deb's Ball. Newton Point touches down first from Avro Anson. And a little bit awkward at that flight, just wrapped the top bar of the hurdle was Halkopous. He's over on the inside rails. And Cab on Target, although last, is fairly lobbing along as they come on now to flight number 5. Newton Point and Avro Anson still 1 and 2. Triple Witching over on the inside in 3. And behind Triple Witching, Deb's Ball getting a little closer, so to Ambuscade. And then comes Halkopous and Cab on Target. Newton Point virtually rejoined by Avro Anson, whose tongue is lolling out, but he's the favourite, the 2 to 1 favourite. Halkopous second favourite at 3s. Cab on Target 7 to 2. Triple Witching at 4 to 1. And it's 12 to 1 bar that quartet. A circuit to run now. Newton Point still ahead, but only narrowly from Avro Anson. Triple Witching, and the rest are getting closer now. Triple Witching in 3, Deb's Ball 4, trying to win it for the second year running. And then comes Halkopous, Ambuscade last but 1, and still last of all in 7th spot is Cab on Target. So downhill they travel as they make their way towards the far straight, and they've just passed halfway now in this Tote West Yorkshire hurdle, the first of the Grade 2 races here at Wetherby this afternoon. Newton Point really railing well, hugging those inside rails, and he's got about a length and a half to spare over Avro Anson, who from this angle in fact looks to be about level. So they move on towards what was the first. This time around it's number 7, and Newton Point again over first, just from Avro Anson. Deb's Ball is starting to make her bid. She's just gone past Triple Witching, and behind those two, Halkopous, who is yet to be asked any sort of question. Cab on Target now begins to make a little ground. He goes past Ambuscade, and Ambuscade in some sort of trouble and is being pulled up. Ambuscade did not jump that flight, he was pulled up by Carl Llewellyn. So midway down that far straight, and again it's these two who've been up there fighting for the lead throughout. Newton Point and Avro Anson still together. Deb's Ball on the outside of Triple Witching. Halkopous getting closer all the time, and that's the third member of that trio. And in your picture now is Cab on Target, who is getting a little bit closer. Ambuscade, I confirm, has been pulled up, and that leaves just the 6 as they start to come towards the final 5 furlongs or so of the race. They've only got 3 left to take, all in the home straight. And it's Avro Anson then asserting his superiority. Now he goes on, but Triple Witching is now looming up as a danger. So too Halkopous, Deb's Ball and Cab on Target. All these are very, very close indeed as they start the approach to the home turn. Quite a long run still though before they get to the first in the straight. Avro Anson, the favourite, Mark Dwyer, Triple Witching and Adrian Maguire in those striped sleeves. Deb's Ball on the outside, Jimmy Moffat, she's getting much closer, poking his head between those two with a noseband, that's Halkopous. And after them, the final pair, Cab on Target and Newton Point, the early leader who's dropped away. This is the third last. Avro Anson, joined here by Halkopous, who's sweetly moved up to get right there into contention. Triple Witching now for the first time beginning to struggle, being asked to quicken by Adrian Maguire, but finding nothing. Down towards the second last. Halkopous it is from Avro Anson, and then Triple Witching again untied at that fight. Deb's Ball has it all to do if she's going to take this for the second time, and it's Halkopous now surely all over the winner as they come to the final flight. He's only got to jump it. Halkopous jumps it beautifully for Richard Dunwoody. Avro Anson takes it second, and then Triple Witching back in 3. Cab on Target's gone 4, but he's badly needing this race. And close home as they come up the hill towards the line, it's Halkopous striding away back on the bridle as he passes the post. The easy winner. Avro Anson second. Cab on Target comes late, can't quite catch Triple Witching. He's third. Cab on Target 4. Deb's Ball 5, and the only other one finished back in 6th and last place, the one who disputed the early running, Newton Point. So a very, very pleasing reappearance for Halkopous. So it's Halkopous who scores on his seasonal reappearance the result of the Tote West Yorkshire hurdle, leading first. Number 5, Halkopous, owned by Mr. Pathos, Mr. Dulu, trained at Newmarket by Mark Tompkins.
First number 5, Halkopous, 3-1. Second number 1, Avro Anson, the 2-1 favourite. And third number 2, Triple Witching at 4-1. The Tote paid £3.80 for the win. The place is £2.30, £1.50, and the dual forecast £5.10.